Tzu Chi volunteers make zongzi for underprivileged families and policemen in central Taiwan. Physically challenged individuals show their vitality through their talents at a competition. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In Nantou, Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers have brought some vegetarian zongzi for the policemen at Chaotun Police Station. Meanwhile, in Taichung's Dali, a temple has invited Tzu Chi volunteers to help make zongzi to be distributed to impoverished residents. The volunteers started working at 4 a.m., putting much effort to make the zongzi, hoping the recipients will enjoy them. The volunteers started working at 4 a.m. They work as a team to wash the rice, cook the peanuts, and wash the zongzi leaves. The zongzi need to be wrapped tightly. After steaming them, they need to be placed in bundles to cool off.
Since some impoverished residents are also vegetarians, we are making vegetarian zongzi for everyone.
This temple in Dali distributes zongzi to disadvantaged residents around Dragon Boat Festival every year. Tzu Chi volunteers have come to help out. Meanwhile, volunteers in Nantou have brought vegetarian zongzi for the policemen at the Chaotun Police Station to thank them for their services. As the volunteers presented the zongzi to the policemen, they've also reminded them to take care of their health. The policemen are very touched by the love and care the volunteers show them. The Fuego volcano in Guatemala erupted and forced more than 12,000 people to evacuate. Tzu Chi volunteers distributed 250 hot meals immediately to the local survivors. The National Disaster Management Agency hopes that Tzu Chi can continue to conduct hot meal distributions. Volunteers will go visit shelters before coming up with a scheduled distribution plan.
The volcanic eruption caused more than 10,000 people to evacuate their homes. In the local emergency shelter, more than 270 people are taking cover. The majority are women and children. With no air conditioning, the air is suffocating. Tzu Chi volunteers were all worried when they saw a mother holding her 16-day-old baby. In the shelters, there were already medical personnel helping with no shortage of supplies. Bread is provided, but hot food is the most desired among the survivors. So Tzu Chi volunteers started to conduct hot meal distributions and work with the National Disaster Management Agency after the first distribution to come up with a concrete schedule for future hot meal distributions.
The house is still there, but it's all buried.
Other than Tzu Chi, many other organizations also started to help out. The mutual collaboration really helped the survivors.
In Taiwan, 2 foreign tankers became stranded near Fengbito Harbor in Kaohsiung on June 14th. Since one of the tankers is not damaged, its crew members are staying on board, waiting for the storm to pass. Concerned about the well-being of these crew members, Tzu Chi volunteers have delivered food to them. This tanker is stranded here. It is without power right now. From our footage, you can see it is raining heavily now. We're concerned about the safety of the crew on the tanker. With the non-stop rain, the waves are stirring up currents around the tanker. There are 14 crew members, including the captain on the stranded Winner 19.
We do not know if they have solved the problem of electricity outage. If the problem is solved, then they can cook hot meals on the tanker themselves.
The volunteers who are concerned that the crew of Winner 19 might go hungry have prepared food items for them. There's a big watermelon and also wedding cookies, since it just so happens that one of the volunteers' daughter is getting married.
We've brought watermelon, bananas, and cookies. The cookies can last a while.
Caring for the stranded crew members, the volunteers will find a way to deliver the food to them. This tanker, Winner 19 from Fiji, and another tanker, Shine Luck from Panama, both had their anchors drift because of tropical depression. Then because of the strong winds, they became stranded near Fengbito Harbor. Fortunately, the 32 crew members of the 2 tankers are all safe. Since Winner 19 is not damaged, the crew members have stayed on the tanker, waiting for the storm to pass. On the other hand, since Shine Luck is damaged, its 18 crew members are currently staying at a nearby hotel. Despite unstable weather, the volunteers have delivered food and care, hoping to help the crew members get through the tough times. Tzu Chi held rice distributions in Haiti prior to summer vacation because they worry that the students may not have proper meals to eat outside of school. After receiving the goods from Tzu Chi, the students and their parents all felt very grateful.
Today, we are doing the last large-scale distribution for the City Soleil and La Saline area. So far, we already distributed more than 24,000 bags of rice. Okay.
We are helping Father Tzu Chi unload the rice for the distribution to the community. I would like this to continue because it's a beautiful thing. It's really a good encouragement for the Haitian people that there are people who still care.
This area, they desperately need rice. Most of them is a single mother, and they have no chance to work.
I live in Bel Air and have one child. I also have a nephew in school. They gave me coupons, so I got the rice for him. I feel this is a beautiful program. If they can do it more often, they would be super beneficial for everybody. Life is difficult here. One pot of rice is really expensive. They are giving bags of it to us for free, so we want to say thank you, God.
We make the choice to help them with food because we are working on giving them a good education. We have a Haitian proverb that says an empty sack doesn't stand up to challenges.
I go to Don Bosco School. This is my classroom. I am in the 6th grade. My mother is a vendor and my father went to work elsewhere. That's why I had to come here to collect the rice for the family.
My dream is to rebuild all those classrooms, which are still in temporary shelters, will allow us to achieve our educational goals for the children in the community.
I'm really happy that they gave us rice because the summer vacation is coming.
It's really important for me because I've been coming here for 6 years. To be able to have rice, we are able to cook and we can also share it with our neighbors.
As long as we have rice, we should support them.
We want to thank Master Zheng Yan, who understands that we cannot properly educate people without basic necessities like food.
I want this to continue because my father sometimes doesn't have enough money to feed us. This is why the rice helps us tremendously.
Overseas Tzu Chi volunteers have returned to Hualien's Jingsi abode to report on their work in their respective countries. Among them, Tzu Chi volunteers from 7 countries in Africa have worked hard to spread love and care for the sick and poor, regardless of ethnicities. After a landfill collapse in Mozambique back in February, Tzu Chi volunteers have distributed much-needed aid supplies, in addition to providing love and care to the affected residents.
We first cried with the affected residents, and then we brought smiles to their faces. We told them about the stories of cause and effect that Master Zheng Yan has taught us.
In Zimbabwe, there's a cholera outbreak. Despite an unstable political situation, Tzu Chi volunteers work hard to distribute liquid treatments that purify water, trying to reduce the number of casualties.
When there were no other options, what we did was distributing the water-purifying liquids without wearing Tzu Chi uniforms. We wrapped the liquid bottles in cloth and delivered them door to door.
There are a lot of kind-hearted local volunteers in Africa, including Sister Tzu Ni, who unfortunately passed away in March. Before her passing, she worked hard to purify people's minds.
Grandma was always watching out for everyone's safety. When it rained, Grandma would use her sturdy body to cover and protect the aid supplies on the back of the trucks.
Tzu Chi volunteers work mindfully to spread Tzu Chi's teachings and help those in need in multicultural Africa, creating a cycle of great love and blessings. The 4th biennial One High-Level Charity Talent Competition for physically challenged individuals was held at the Armed Forces Culture Center. The event provided a stage for competitors in areas such as song, dance, music, and talent. The event shows that people with disabilities can overcome many challenges.
These 4 physically challenged performers spent the whole year training for this performance, which overcame their physical limitations. They also had to cooperate with one another to show their enthusiasm for life through this dance.
While we are all physically challenged, we can use our enthusiasm and optimism to create a happy mood. We want to pull all of these emotions and express this in our dance.
Even the headdresses and clothing design are done with their own hands. While they may be physically challenged, nothing is impossible for them. A second-time participant in the competition, Zhang Yansen, overcame the challenge of performing on this piano and singing at the same time. He does this despite an ability to see as his invisible world is being colored by music.
How do you sing and play at the same time? This, together with my cerebral palsy, is some of the strength that I need to call upon, to which may be more difficult than other normal people to overcome.
You can see these contestants, some of whom joined the second and third talent contests. They're constantly trying and giving them a stage, gives them encouragement by their friends as they have an opportunity to perform.
我是刘明，台湾有100多万的身心障碍人士，我也是这100多万人中的其中一人。
Giving physically challenged individuals a chance to perform is the same inspiration behind the DaAi program Dream Stage, with some participants invited to join this competition.
Many foundations are helping physically challenged individuals, such as funding this contest or helping stage such an event. We also want to use our TV program as a platform to connect with such social welfare activities to discover more talented physically challenged friends.
Overcoming obstacles to express themselves, these performers have used their enthusiasm and passion to share their life with the audience.
Today we introduce you to a dancer, Zhang Yuling, who was a premature child born without her left forearm. She once felt bitter and complained about her fate. However, through dance and drama, she began to appreciate her own body. Now she's a professional performer and is full of self-confidence.
I
wanted to join this improvisation class because it allows me to express myself in a way that others can't, and I want to develop more of my physical possibilities. I was born like this. When I was very young, I used to complain to the gods, why did they make me this way? But actually, I never complained to my parents. People have all kinds of unlimited potential. Even if it may be more inconvenient than others, it can still be found. Even in daily life, such things such as tying shoelaces, adding nail polish, or trimming your nails, these may seem like small things, but for me, they are more difficult. However, I found that if I try, it's actually quite easy. There was a time when I felt very limited or had a fear of many things, or felt that I was much different than others. Actually, for me, it is important for me to stand on stage and give other amputees courage. I'm actually representing them and using this opportunity to show others that if we feel strongly in our hearts, we can overcome all obstacles.
Dance is like a conversation with yourself. You need to study yourself and think about what you are lacking in your life. Through dance, she can interpret this and express the full power of her dreams.
My hand may be my disability, but I want to turn it into part of my uniqueness. As a dancer, how can I become more professional and use the best qualities about myself to influence others? I would like to begin with myself and show others that they can add more values to their lives. The Tzu Chi Canada chapter hosted a joint graduation ceremony of the 5 Tzu Chi Humanistic Studies Academies. Volunteers, graduates, and parents celebrated the long journey of learning Mandarin. They cannot be more proud of their children.
What are the benefits of learning Mandarin? It can help others, and it makes the graduates really happy.
The customer was trying to speak English, but he couldn't really express himself very well. I said that I could speak Mandarin to him. You have no idea how happy that made him.
The Tzu Chi Canada chapter held a joint graduation ceremony for the 5 Humanistic Studies Academies. It's not an easy feat to go to language school for 12 years. Zhang Yaoling spent a year more than the average student, but it was all worth it.
Being in a Guangdong family, my mother never let me give up, so I actually was held back another year during kindergarten. I want to say thank you to my mother for not letting me give up.
A child's growth is more than just learning a language. It also includes our attitude of being a human being and making our parents proud.
For the past 8 years, every Saturday he would come to learn. He never gave up. This type of self-motivation and hard work is what makes me so proud of him.
At the Burnaby Tzu Chi Academy's graduation ceremony, the students demonstrated and promoted the benefits of the vegetarian diet. When one consumes 5 vegetarian meals, they can put a smile sticker and a cotton ball on the poster.
If we have many cotton balls on here, it means that the living environment for polar bears will get better and better.
There were also the Compassion Angels Awards. They do recycling and sponsor hot meal breakfast plans. Parents also wore volunteer vests to help out alongside the students.
It has been a full-on dedication for the past 12 years. We're seeing the fruits of hard work today. They're all really great.
When children are learning in a loving environment, there is a greater hope for a brighter future.
The Tzu Chi Elementary Division held a talent show, turning the past memories into drama and song performance. Full of nostalgia, graduates also served tea to the teachers, expressing their gratitude.
The children mimic every scenario that took place at the school over the last couple of years. From lessons to the daily greetings at the front door of the school, every memory is on point. 6th grade students hosted a talent show on campus on the eve of their departure. The talent show consisted of drama plays, sign language, and martial art performances. It was their way of thanking their teachers.
Thank you all for being by my side for the past 6 years. I'm looking forward to the next stage of my life, a new chapter.
With a bow, the children are deeply grateful for the teachers' past 6 years' effort in molding them and helping them grow. The teachers' blessings were also given.
Never ever give up. Always challenge yourself. I believe every single child is going to have a very bright future. And don't forget to give back to your parents when you're able.
Keep in mind the importance of friendship and learning, hoping that no matter where the students are, they will always have the spirit of mercy and compassion toward others.
In our next report, we'll meet 2 people who have fought illnesses and rediscover their life through painting. One of them is 69-year-old retired teacher Yang Bitao, who started to paint after she recovered from her illness. She has donated 12 of her paintings to school charity sales. The other is Associate Professor Xie Qingxiu, who started to use her hair extension to paint after she underwent chemotherapy.
She is an artist who uses hair pieces in painting. Having been teaching hair arts for several decades, she has deep feelings for hair. However, after she was diagnosed with cancer 6 years ago, she suffered hair loss after undergoing chemotherapy.
My hair was tangled, and then slowly by slowly it started to fall off. While I was wondering why I had such a funny look, I also shed tears because I saw my fallen hair.
She relies on hair arts to make a living, so she feels shocked when she saw her hair lose vitality. However, she faces her life challenges optimistically as she uses her hair extension to paint, giving it a new lease of life.
Through painting, I can forget the physical pain. When I turn the painting into artwork, I can also use it to help other less fortunate people.
She uses the special paintings to convey her perseverance in life against cancer.
She always gives people positive thinking.
She not only teaches students the arts, but has also set a good example for her students to follow. 69-year-old retired teacher Yang Bitao is a Tzu Chi volunteer. She started to love painting after she fell ill 8 years ago.
After having a checkup, I found I had a tumor, and I was very scared. To my surprise, I underwent a successful surgery, which lasted for 8 hours. I thought it was a life-threatening disease, and I had little chance to survive.
During recovery periods, she wore a headscarf and went to serve as a volunteer. She even helped others through painting.
The health conditions of the people I helped were not as serious as mine. I underwent an operation on a large part of my brain. After going through this experience, I think I will be able to overcome any challenges I may face in the future.
She donated 12 of her paintings to our school. These 12 paintings were sold at a charity sale with an income of $17,800 US.
The school used the charitable fund they earned from the charity sale to install air conditioners in the school. Teacher Yang uses her creation to display the colorful life as well as encourages students to bravely face their life.
A nonprofit organization in Kaohsiung has arranged daytime activities for the local senior citizens. When these volunteers care for the elderly, they found that many seniors are troubled by their fingernails. Since the seniors have poor vision and their nails are getting harder and thicker, it's not easy for them to trim their own nails. Thankfully, some volunteers have been willing to help them do this task.
Showcasing her professional tools, Qiao Zhen is going to cut nails for elderly people. It's not easy for this 88-year-old grandpa to cut his thick nails. This is the first time that someone helped him cut his nails.
The elderly people's nails are harder and the skin of their toes are thinner, so we should be careful when cutting their nails. Because they have poor vision, I will help them do it since this is what I am able to do now.
After this professional manicurist discovered the problems of an 80-year-old senior, she volunteered to serve the seniors, warming their hearts.
It is not convenient to cut nails by myself because I have poor vision. I cannot see clearly, so I usually cut my nails haphazardly.
She is a professional. We told her that the seniors who came to cut their nails might not be able to afford the cost. She said it's fine and she was willing to help keep their nails healthy.
Other than offering special courses for the elders to learn and exercise, the volunteers also ensure their nails are healthy.
To celebrate Teachers' Day in Thailand, Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School students made bouquets for their teachers to show their gratitude. In addition, a new student orientation was held where teachers tie white threads on students' wrists to symbolize their blessings. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.